And he never begged. He kept on presenting one value over the other. The problem is he did not know what is valuable, so he was shooting in the dark. If you do your questioning properly, you will understand which of the values to pitch. Your product may have 50 values. You know this premium car salesman, they identify customers and go and say, sir, this model, you will be the first person in Kolkata to have it. For those customers who value that, they don't talk anything about car, mileage, color, shape, whatever. You will be the first person who will have this model, sir. People buy. Value. But it may not be valuable to you and me, but it's valuable to some people. But the important point is to understand that this is valuable to that person. And that's when you will pitch what is valuable. So the selling cycle is, ideal sales cycle should be that you search the prospect, you approach the prospect, you identify the needs, you present the solution, you present your quotation and close, and then ask for referral, right? This is ideal. But in actual, what happens is, after this you keep following up. कल ये सोच रहा हूँ, देख रहा हूँ, ये कर रहा हूँ, वो कर रहा हूँ, ये बताइए तो, right? You go in circles. So what we need to do is, we must do the preferred sales cycle. You qualify the prospect, you develop rapport. A lot of people spoke about relationships. This is about rapport building. Build needs for the USP that you have for your product. You are trying to sell yourself, right? Build the needs which fit your USP. You give him choice of solutions and you create what is called an UBM to close. In this case, you will find that this follow-up has gone down. So what is UBM versus USP?
Why should a person buy?
Correct. Why should a person buy? Right. So the basic philosophy is, remember that question, what is that one thing that has to happen for you to sell in the Mentimeter? You followed it? So it's very simple. If I have to sell, somebody has to buy. Can I sell if nobody buys? Do you agree? It's as simple as that. I can only sell if somebody buys. I can gift, but I cannot sell. So what we are talking about, that if somebody has to buy for me to sell, can I shift my paradigm from selling my products or services to helping that person to buy? It's a huge shift in paradigm. Let me give an example. You go to sari shop, you will find two types of salesmen on the other side of the counter. Somebody will say, Didi, ye lijiye, ye lijiye, ye lijiye. And other salesman, he will keep showing Didi. And he'll observe where did Didi spend that extra feel, looked at the color. Suddenly he'll pick up one and say, Didi, this will aapko bahut jachega. Lagaiye na, mirror ke samne dekhiye. What is that person doing? He is helping Didi to buy. And the best part is, once Didi has bought, he will say, sir, एक कुर्ता मैचिंग तो दीदी के साड़ी के साथ बनता है. अरे नहीं खरीदना है, हम तो कुर्ता आपको खरीदने कौन बोला है? आप केवल देख लीजिए, फिर आप कुर्ता खरीद के भी वापस जाते हो. Am I right or wrong? Yes, right. So this guy is not trying to sell. He is helping the customer to buy. Out of this session, if you can take this as the singular most important lesson, your entire selling success will change. No longer try to sell, help the person whom you are trying to sell to buy what you are trying to sell. Because the fundamental principle is, if I have to sell, someone has to buy. So you move from selling to helping to buy. That is the key in successful selling. So it is not about selling. It is about helping the customer to buy. Your success story is all about helping to buy. And that has given you success. So if you shift the paradigm, again, human being, you never get a second chance to create the first impression. Always remember that. I repeat, you never get a second chance to create the first impression. Today I'm the first time I'm speaking with you. So I'll never get a second chance to create whatever impression I'm creating in your minds. Second is, buying is a combination of emotion and logic. We often feature only on the logical part of it. If you know all those career cycles, all that we discussed, you will find the emotional lever which can help. You have to appeal to both senses. Every buyer has his beliefs. Don't challenge them. But you must identify them so that you can navigate through them. For example, a buyer can believe that no man can sell a sari effectively. Belief. Can you stop that belief? No. Or for example, at one point of time, pharma companies used to think that medical reps can be only men. Belief. Right? But someday it changed. So the beliefs have to be understood and navigated. The key question is, do you understand the person and the person's needs? If you have been able to do this, you will be able to navigate yourself effectively to help the person buy. So we say USP is passe, we are talking of unique buying motivation. And unique buying motivation is the reason that we give to ourselves while buying. In fact, motivation is the reason that we give to ourselves for anything that we do. And that is why in a detective novel, the moment the detective reaches the murder site, he tries to find the motive behind the murder. So what was the reason that the person committed that crime? Am I right or wrong?
Yes.
So this motivation is all about the reason that we give consciously, subconsciously, unconsciously to ourselves to act or behave in anything. So unique buying motivation is the important point. How do you create the unique buying motivation? There is a business goal. What business needs from your product or service, and what are your offerings, which could be anything. It could be price, it could be product, it could be performance, it could be technology, it could be after sales service. This intersection, which is that of business goals of the customer, what he needs from your product and service, and what your product actually does for him, this is called the unique buying motivation. And this is the reason why he or she will buy your product or service. The best part about this construct is buys with a reason, performance gets justified, objections in a selling process is less, and the negotiation is least. Capture this in your mobile phone, because this is the concept which you must practice. You must understand the business goals of your customer. What is the need of this business of your product or service? Which part of your product or service meets this UBM? And that is the unique buying motivation. Because if the person is motivated to buy your product or service, you are going to get it. One of my sons stays in the US. He bought an iPhone first time. I said, "Why did you buy?" Security. So somewhere, iPhone has created this need for security and has featured only one thing in iPhone, that is the security. And that is the unique buying motivation for my son. It could be different for somebody else for buying iPhone. Are you getting my point? So you need to understand the need and pitch only those benefits which meet those needs to create the value proposition, which is the unique buying motivation. Are we clear about this concept? This is your biggest takeaway for the evening. Practice this. You will see your sales actually galloping. A little exaggerated example, but I would love to play this clip for you. Enjoy it.